All right, so before you get onto the trigger point rocker, you're gonna wanna make sure that your knees are bent. It's gonna keep your low back safe. It's gonna make sure that you're not straining any area too much. Make sure it's lined up appropriately for you. As you lay back down, take it nice and slow. And you wanna make sure that the knobs at the top match up directly underneath your skull. It's gonna hit these muscles here called your suboccipitals. These guys are very much so responsible a lot of the times for tension headaches and neck pain. So once you're on, just position yourself to a point where you feel comfortable. You can feel each one of those individual knobs up and down your spine, digging into different muscle groups. Depending on who you are and where you carry your stress, you may feel this in a couple of different areas. So take a second to take a deep breath in and kind of just get yourself in tune with what you're feeling. So as you do that, you'll feel tension start to build in specific areas. It's going to be different for every single person. From here, if we're going to focus a little bit on those suboccipital muscles, maybe what we want to do is a little bit of a chin tuck, where we just tuck our chin right underneath us. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, you can feel that pressure build into the back of your neck. You can even rock from side to side without actually sliding off of the trigger point rocker. And you can feel one side bias a little bit more than the other. From there, what you can start to do is you can start to move down the spine a bit. Take your hands, reach them straight up towards the sky with your fingers interlaced. This is going to spread your shoulder blades apart. And it's going to expose muscles on the inside of your shoulder blades, those areas that you always want the masseuse to hit a little bit more of. From here, you can do a couple of shoulder rolls. This is going to help actually mobilize those muscles and is going to help bias the trigger point rocker to push in very specific areas. So take a moment to find those areas that are tension-filled for you. Once you've done a few repetitions of that, then what you can do is you can take your hands, face them straight up towards the sky, bring them up overhead, and start to do a bit of a snow angel where you bring the arms all the way down and slowly all the way back up. This is going to mobilize your shoulder blades or your scapula and is going to help expose other areas of your spine to be able to really feel that relief in those postural muscles. Maybe you feel it here when you're sitting at a computer all day long. Maybe when you're driving on your long commute back home from work. Good. And then from there, you can move down the spine even a little bit further, maybe more towards your mid-back region. What you can do is you can actually dig your heels into the ground, raise your bottom up just a little bit. Gravity is going to do its job and it's going to push you down a little bit more focused towards your mid-back. Take a few deep breaths here. Feel where the trigger point rocker digs in for you in particular. Find those areas of tension. And let them release. You want to move even further down the spine. We can get down to the low back and we can start to do some pelvic tilts where we're actually going to try and tuck our tailbone underneath us, almost like we're a dog trying to tuck our tail in between our legs. This is going to build tension into the low back muscles that for some of us can really get built up when after we lift really heavy things, after we've had a heavy gym day, or even just from sitting for too long. Now from here, since we've gone up and down the entire spine, let's talk about how we get off the trigger point rocker to make sure that we're limiting potential injury. All you're going to do here is you're going to take one arm, you're going to reach it across your body and use your momentum generated from that arm to help yourself roll to your side, just like this. From there, go ahead and get up. Feeling pretty good.